relationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on amazon.com. You know, if your woman doesn't submit to you, she ain't your woman. Now, I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but if your woman is not submissive to you, I don't give a damn what nationality she is. I don't care if you live together. I don't give a damn if you're black, you're white. I don't give a damn if y'all the same nationality. I don't give a damn where you live at in the world. If your woman is not submissive to you, she ain't your woman. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to her job. She belongs to the pastor at that church she attends on every Sunday. She belongs to her friends that influence her to do dumb shit. She belongs to somebody else, but she doesn't belong to you. And I know this is hard, a harsh truth. And it's something that I had to face about 15 years ago. And it's one of the biggest problems that I had, because I used to think that you had to pander and negotiate and talk women into shit, but all that's bullshit. It really is. And a lot of women will try to run game on guys because a lot of women want guys to protect them in some type of way. If that door fly open, or if some type of danger is coming towards her, she looks, first thing she does is look at the guy that's sitting next to her. So she wants protection, but at the same time, she doesn't want to take instructions from a man. She can't stand a guy telling her what to do. You know, so you can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? Shit, there's some countries like Saudi Arabia and Dubai where women have to submit by law because those guys are in power. They run shit over there. So, you know, but living here in America, women, they pretty much do submit as they will. They just do what they feel like it. And that's the problem of living in the United States of America. Because women, if a woman does submit to you here, you don't know how long it's going to last. It could be 5 years, 10 years. But it works out well for us fellas, because if she gets out of pocket or does something that's unforgettable, you can get you another bitch. So it's all good. And by that time, in most cases, by the time she stops submitting to you, she's already up in age anyway. She's probably old. She's probably overweight. She probably doesn't look as attractive as she used to be. So sometimes it works out pretty well for some guys that I know. And I've lost friends because of like a lot of women, because they let their wives get up in their ears and tell them shit. And see, here's the deal. A woman should never have the authority to tell a guy what to do. A woman should never wear the pants in the relationship. You know, once a woman once women lead guys around, that's the beginning and the end of society as it is. You know, because women aren't supposed to play that position. They out of line. You know, guys are born to lead. It's guys that's on the front lines. There's no women on no front lines, last I checked. But at the same time, women say, oh, I believe in equality and all that shit. Women can do just as better things as men. That's bullshit. Everyone has their position, and they supposed to play their position. But they want to go against nature And a lot of women, they just want to get treated better than white guys in American society. They just want to take over the whole goddamn thing. They want to dominate guys. That's what that's really all about. It's really all about power. It's not about rights at all. It's not about public policy at all. That's just a game that a lot of women try to play. But there's always an exception to the rule. Socially, if you're with a woman and if she doesn't submit to you, she ain't your woman. She belongs to the streets. And that's just how that shit is. She doesn't belong to you. Because if she belonged to you, you wouldn't have to beg for sex or negotiate for sex. You wouldn't have to talk her into doing anything. It just is what it is. I mean, right now, if I go to North Carolina and call up women that I've been knowing for years and say, "Hey, I'm in town. You know, where you at? I want to see you." They'll make time for me. They won't say, "Hey, I'm tired," or "I don't know if I'll be able to make it." No, they'll make time. There's no such thing as "I don't got time." That's bullshit. It really is. It took me a long time to figure this out. And I learned a lot by hanging around a lot of athletes and entertainers when I was in my 20s. And I learned a valuable lesson. They didn't have to negotiate for sex. Can you imagine Michael Jackson, Prince, a lot of these entertainers, they never had to ask for sex. Michael Jackson never had to ask for sex. You think about this for a second. He never had to ask for the pussy. I mean, could you imagine somebody like Prince? He never had to ask for the pussy. Man. So it's who you are more than anything else. So who you are is much more powerful than the doing. That's what I learned over the past 20 years. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to join my Players Club, you get my latest paperback book absolutely free by clicking the link below this video. Yo, what's going down? We back out here. We out in these streets. You out here, man. What's up, Tommy? What's going down? You know what it is, man. Yeah. What the hell is this? What it is. We out here. You know? It could be anywhere in the world. You chose to spend a little time with me to watch my video. And I appreciate that. Hopefully you get something out of this. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I would probably be doing another podcast episode. You know, if you haven't checked out my podcast, Love Can't Wait, you need to go check that out. Google it. You know, Mississippi in the house. Whatever. You know, yeah, you need to Google it. Love Can't Wait. And I just did I got invited to do a podcast with Doc Chocolate. I just finished that up like 15 minutes ago. We did a collab. He came on mine. Now I did his. That shit was dope. I think his recording was better than mine. You know, and a little bit longer as well. But it was dope. It's gonna be live next month. I think April the 18th. So whenever it goes live, I'll let you know. I'll be sure to share it with everybody on Twitter, or YouTube, or whatever. It was dope. His podcast is off the hook. Yeah. Yeah. But I like being a guest on other people's podcasts because I don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is show up and talk. I don't have to prepare. I don't gotta, you know, I don't gotta do an intro. I don't gotta worry about. I don't have to create a bio. Some people don't have bios, or if they have one, I'll usually change it up a bit. But I don't have to do any of that stuff. I don't have to record. They're doing the recording on their side. So all I have to do is show up. That's it. I like being a guest on other people's podcasts or other people's channels from time to time. I'm gonna be on 2 more podcasts next month. The girl that's in Australia, Amanda, and the other lady live here. I think she live in Memphis, Tennessee, somewhere. Her and her daughter. I'm not mistaken. But I'll let you know. So it's 2 of them next month. I'll be a guest on, and I think it's gonna be pretty dope. And believe it, I have a lot of listeners in Australia, man. Believe it or not. Of course, it's not like here in America. Majority are here in America, but there's a lot in the UK, Spain, Australia. Where else? Another country too. Yeah, there's another country, boy. It's like right behind the US when it comes to listeners. But it's in the UK. It's a country in the UK. But Spain is a big one. Spain, Spain is a big one, boy. And even in places like the Philippines, Japan, Russia, the Ukraine too. I say, hey, them white dudes want some game, man. Them white dudes, them places like the Ukraine and Russia. Woo, maybe pimp slapping women out there. They don't need no game out there. They don't need to finesse no woman. They just renegade. They do it guerrilla style in Russia and the Ukraine, boy. They don't need no game out here. Just tell her what to do. Which, that's actually good leadership. You telling her what to do, that's good leadership. But how you tell her what to do is another thing. So they got it halfway right. I like to think, they got it halfway right over there in Russia and Ukraine. But I got a question from somebody last week about this topic. He said he asked, does smashing a lot of women make you does it have anything to do with you being a masculine man? And I was like, yeah, yes and no. There's like 2 sides to this. Now, there's nothing to brag about, in my opinion, when it comes to smashing a lot of women. A lot of it, to me, is a waste of time. It really is. Now, this ain't 1987, where most people weren't even using condoms in the 80s, bro. The 70s and 80s, most people wasn't even using condoms. I mean, that's how long I've been living. This ain't the 80s no more. There's some shit out here today, some STDs out here today will kill your ass. So this ain't that time where running through a bunch of women is some cool shit. Them days is over, bro. If you get the wrong shit, your ass could die, or you won't be able to get rid of that shit, or you'll have a hard time getting rid of that shit. That's what's out here today. That shit ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? And most of the women you meet are going to be the same old anyway. That shit ain't fun no more. You know, it ain't. It really ain't. And if I look back on my past, a lot of that shit was just a waste of time. If I took just 30%, if I took just 30% of the time, energy, effort that I put in meeting all these people, going to parties, drinking, hanging with friends, driving, getting on planes and flying across the country, driving, flying in other countries. If I took 30% of that energy and time and put it into something else productive 20 years ago, I'd be living, you wouldn't see me right here, right now. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this. No. I know I wouldn't be doing this. Because a lot of mistakes was made back then in the late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of mistakes were made back then. And if I were much more productive, I wouldn't have went down that path of drinking every day, partying every other night, going out of town every weekend. Most of it just waste of time. I wasn't getting no money from meeting all these people. Most of these people I met, they didn't do anything to increase my income. They couldn't help me do anything. They just wanted to have a good time. Just like I did. But once I, look at it, I'm like, 70% of these people were just a good time. Nothing more, nothing less. Most of them, if I called them today and asked them what they're doing, a lot of them probably doing the same old shit, or probably doped up, coked up, still drinking, probably a drunk or alcoholic. Some got fat. Some probably got fat, done had more kids, more babies. Some probably look bad. They don't look the way they used to. I'll tell you that much. They probably got worse. Yeah, if I was to give them a call, I don't know nobody's phone number like that, but I would kind of, if I could see some of them today, they probably wouldn't be doing so well, So A lot of it is just a waste of time. It really is. I mean, once I really look back on it. Now, just being masculine or tapping into your masculine, you just being a masculine man. Now, the more masculine you are, the more women will gravitate towards you and be more attracted to you. That's just scientifically speaking. But at the same time, you smashing, that don't make you a better man. You know, that don't make you better than the next man. It just don't. You just, whether you're aware of it or not, you tapping into your natural aura, manhood. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is where you spend most of your time doing what you see, what you hear, you know, that's going to make a big difference. And who you spend your time around as well. Because if you're only as strong as the people that you hang around or associate with, or people you call your friends. So if you hang around, if you're the best person in your circle, well, that's not good. If you're the smartest person in your circle, that's not good. You know, that's not good. If you know every time you call somebody and y'all get together and you know all the answers to the questions, regardless of what y'all talking about, well, that's not good. It's not good if you know everything. Damn, you can't learn nothing from nobody else if you know everything. Damn, that's not good. You need a new circle, or get other people to be involved in your circle that are smarter than you, hopefully wiser than you, if that's the case. You know, I would say true masculinity, this is my opinion, would be a guy with, good leadership, a guy that he can draw a crowd and hopefully produce more leaders. And hopefully people trust you, because if they don't trust you, well, they're not going to follow you, and they're not going to believe anything you say. Because see, as a leader, you have to lead by example. You just can't say, "Hey, just do as I say, not as I do." Well, that shit don't work. That's some cartoon shit. That's some shit your parents might have told you when you were growing up or something like that. That shit don't work. That don't play out very well, and especially in today's time. Especially if you live in a big city, because people are already skeptical as it is, and they know how they are. They know how they get down. They can't even commit to themselves. So it makes sense for them to be skeptical of you. If you really think about it like that, they can't even commit to themselves. I mean, so it's like the average person, if you tell them something, they probably be a little skeptical in the beginning, or at least the first time, unless they like you, But for the most part, people are very skeptical in the beginning, because a lot of it has to do with their experiences, and a lot of it has to do with who they are. If they have a hard time committing to themselves, and they don't believe in themselves. So how the hell are they supposed to believe in you? The only way to overcome that hurdle is to Be consistent. Be consistent in whatever you're doing. Just show up and do what you say you were going to do. That's it. Do what you say you was going to do. Keep showing up. That's how you get over that shit. Just keep showing up. Show up and show out. Don't do like most people. Oh, I do it tomorrow. They keep putting off. Oh, I do it next week. Oh, I do it next month. And the month turned into the month turned into 90 days. The 90 days turned into 6 months. And before you know it, they quit. Before you know it, they quit. They quit, man. You know. The influence and listening to others plays a role in how people act also. Yeah. I mean, you're only as strong as the people that you have around you. So if the people around you are weak, they don't believe in themselves, they lie to themselves, they're not consistent in anything, they never committed to anything. Well, goddamn, what you think? What you think gonna happen? You think they're gonna believe anything you say? You're just like them. You can't be like them if you want to lead them to a new and better place. If you're just like them, it's going to be hard for them to believe you, especially if you don't have a proven track record of doing anything worthwhile. You know, like serious. I mean, if you're a bullshitter, you lie a lot, you say one thing, and you don't follow up or follow through. If you've been doing that for a long time, maybe y'all grew up together, you know, and your cousins or your homeboys or your homegirls have seen you consistently lie about certain things, and now all of a sudden you get serious, and you might have good intentions, but they still don't believe you because of your proven track record, because of your background. So to get over that, you have to mean what you say, show up and show out, follow through. And over time, they'll be like, oh shit, this motherfucker's serious. Then they'll come around. But that's going to take some time because you didn't become the person you became overnight. You know? Smash the like button, share the video. You didn't become the person, you didn't become the lying, backstabbing, no good for nothing person overnight. So don't expect for the opposite to occur overnight either. You know, I'm just saying. Now you might not be the backstabbing, conniving dirtbag. That's good if you're not like that. But I'm just saying, if you have a bad reputation for not being a solid stand-up guy, you're gonna have to rebuild. You know, see, my dad told me that all you got is your reputation. That's all you got. If you destroy that, boy, you're in trouble. He said, that's all you got. Really, that's really all you got. He said, you can't control what the politicians and all these other people say and do. But he said, you can control you. You can control how you respond. You know, you can always do that. He said, people are always going to have something to say about you, especially if you're doing something that's different or out of the box. because people hate up, not down. He said, if you're at the bottom with everybody else, what they hating on you for? you just like them. Shit. If you stick out, hell yeah, they're gonna say something about you. And he said that's a good thing. Because if you were like down there with everybody else, hell, they might not even know who you are. So there's nothing to talk about. You just like everybody else. And the same philosophy applies to relationships between men and women. Women like being around the guys that's on their way up. Nothing can stop me. On their way up. They like guys that are doing something different. Guys that stick out just a little bit in some type of way. Whether it's on the job, whether it's out in the streets, whether it's, it don't even matter. Whether it's business, it doesn't even matter, really. Whether you're a creative type. Because, see, most guys aren't doing that. Being honest, most guys are not creative. Most guys are just like most of the other guys. Most women are just like most of the other women. So if the woman is sticking out and you sticking out, y'all might make a good match. You never know until you say hello and introduce yourself. That's usually how it goes. If you don't say hello, you never know what could happen. The possibilities are endless. Smash the like button. That's usually how it goes, But you shouldn't be the conquering chief when it comes to smashing women. Smashing women, I always looked at it like, that's like icing on the cake. It's there if you want it, but I don't have to have it. My whole intentions of being around anybody is to have fun and enjoy the company of somebody else. And if they happen to be able to help me do something or vice versa, if I can help them do something, cool. But I would prefer everyone that I interact with is better than they was before they left. I would prefer that to happen. Now some people, it's not gonna happen because they're broken. People that are broken, they got to do some work on themselves. So there's different levels of consciousness. With some people, they've been beat up so badly in life that you're just not going to be able to get through some people, and that's okay. And because your job is not to fix people. Your job is not to fix people. No, that's not your job. Now you can point them in the right direction. I pointed a lot of people in the right direction. Over the past year, I pointed a lot of people in the right direction on all kinds of shit. It ain't just relationship wise. I pointed people in the right direction, income wise. If they veterans, whatever, man. I mean, whatever I can do to help. If I know about it, or if I know where to go, or if I know someone is doing it, or if I know someone that can help you, yeah, I'll point them in the right direction. Let's see. People that are broken will try to bring you down to their level. Yeah, Yeah, but once you pick up on that, um, you know, I get away as quick as possible. Shit, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I don't got time for the games. I don't got time for and some people are so miserable. They will go out of their way to say things to you, and I'd be like, why did you even show up to say all that? Why just move on? I mean, you got to be pretty miserable to leave negative comments online to somebody that you never seen before, don't know them, never even chatted with them. You got to be pretty miserable. Listen. I've never, ever in my life left a negative comment on anybody's timeline, anybody's blog. Never. If I didn't have anything good to say, I keep it moving, man. I ain't got time to be calling you names because I didn't like your video, calling you a coon. Hey, look, if I don't look, nobody is going to agree with everything everybody says. That's just how it is. But if I don't have anything good to say, I just won't say anything, and I'll just move on. But I've never left a negative comment. I just don't feel the need to do that. I'll just say, hey, I ain't agree with all that. Or some people do things on purpose, but they do it for a reason. It's like a method to the madness. So I'll be like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He don't necessarily mean that, but he just wanted a reaction. He wanted people to respond to what he had to say. Okay, I get it. I'm not necessarily going to do it like that. I wouldn't do it like that, but I get it. And I keep it moving. But I'm not going to sit there chatting, going back and forth, or even getting on live with anybody. Some people will get on live with you and argue and going back and forth. I'm not doing that either. No, I'm not doing it. I've had people interview me, and I've had people that I interviewed come on and kind of act an ass. So I'm like, why did you even come on here if you didn't like it? That doesn't make any sense to me. Or why did you have me come on if you have a problem with what I say in previous videos or podcasts? That doesn't make any sense to me. If I saw your videos or listened to your podcast, and if it bothered me that much, I would just cancel ahead of. I would cancel ahead of time. I probably wouldn't even schedule. I probably would never even ask to be on there. I probably would just turn you down if it bothered me that much. But people don't think that way. They'll go on anyway, or they'll, have you come on, and then they try to make a fool out of you. They try to pin you in a corner, and I'm not doing all that. If somebody did that to me, that interview is over. If I got on somebody's podcast or somebody's channel and they start calling me names, and that interview's over. I'm out. I don't care if we're live or not. I don't care if we're in person or not. If we're in person, I'm walking out. I'm leaving. I'm not going to tolerate that. That's disrespectful. I'm not, you know. But a lot of us, you know, we had bad role models growing up. You know, plus when it comes to us being from America, we're too damn nice. I'm talking to us brothers from America. We're too damn nice sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to be an asshole. That's somebody that's being rude and disrespectful. You know, Michelle Obama said, if they go high, well, how she said that shit? If they go low, you go high. Hell no. If they go low, I'm going lower. Hell no. I don't buy in that Michelle Obama bullshit. Hell no. Uh-uh. No. Nah, I don't play that. If they go low, you go high. Oh no. I wasn't raised that way. No. You know. Uh-uh. No. And see, the thing is, I know me, so I'm not gonna let it go that far anyway. I'm gonna just cut it off, and I'm gonna keep it moving because if I stay there too long, it's gonna escalate. So that's why I'm out. I'm out. You know, I'm out. You know, it's like I don't got time. What I'm arguing for, and what I'm arguing with a woman for. Why would I argue with a woman? She can't whip me. She can't kick my ass. She can't stop me from doing anything. So why am I going to argue with a woman? Was she going to stop me from doing something? How? That's the question I'm going to ask you. What a woman going to stop you doing? What? She going to physically stop you? No. How? I don't know. Well, she's not going to stop me from doing anything. I don't know. So why am I arguing with her? Because what? Because I love her. Oh, boy. Because you love her and she loved me. It don't seem like it. It don't seem like it. What about the respect? Where'd that go? As soon as the love goes, she'll change up on you. What about respect? Respect, it should be first. See, respect, that could last for a lifetime. You know, you'd be dead and gone, but that respect is there. There's a reason why a lot of these people in the past are still being talked about today. They're writing books about people like Hitler. And they glamorize that shit, man. Whether you agree or disagree, what happened in the past or not, they respect Hitler. They don't love him, they respect him. There's a difference. You know, they don't. No, that's when. They've been talking about Hitler before I was born. God damn, man, shit. I ain't that old, man. They've been talking about Hitler before I was born, man. Yeah. God damn. Hey, the love don't last long, man. You know, I was talking to a rabbi Jew a couple of days ago, and he basically was saying a lot of stuff that I've been saying for months, years now. He said you should never get married just for love. And I said, man, that's the same thing I say, man. He said, when he meet couples that want to get married, and he said, hey, they say, hey, we want to get married. We're in love with each other. He said, you already messed up. You're getting married for love. And I was like, yeah, I say that shit all the time. You know, people think I'm crazy when I say that. Because the roles of man and woman in a relationship is like the foundation. And that's much more important than anything else. And love, your roles that's like digging in the crates. That's there. Solid foundation. Love is not solid. Love is, most people can't even explain what it is. They just making up some shit. Or they'll say what everybody else is saying. You can't even see love. You can't even see it. But you can see respect, though. You see respect. You saw that as a baby. You saw that growing up as a kid. You can see that. You see the respect. Oh, yeah. You can see that. But love, where do you see love at? Where? People are kind of jaded out here. You have a bunch of people saying a bunch of different things. How do you know who's telling the truth? That's why it's so much confusion out here. You see respect every day. You see that every day. Whether you like it or not, you see it every day. Yep. You see that every day. And this is why I always say having women around and smashing women, that as a masculine man, a man with good leadership skills, that comes with the territory. Nothing special about that. There's nothing special about it. That don't make you better than the next man. You might be more attractive than the next man, have better leadership skills, be more firm, aggressive, have more desire. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. You know. Maybe you make people feel better about themselves when they're around you. That's cool. That's really cool. People like being around you because they feel good about themselves. You know, that's really good. A lot of people don't have that. Most people are not fun to be around. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not bored. You know, that's cool. The worst thing you can do as a person is to be bored. That's the worst thing you can become. A boring, tired, broken person. This is why a lot of women don't understand this. That's why they don't got no man. That's why no one wants to be around them very long, because they're not really fun to be around. And then you got the other woman, her phone is ringing off the hook. She gotta turn guys down. And the other woman that can't keep nobody around, she doesn't understand. She looking at her, the other woman, she's jealous. She like, how this hoe is always got a man around her, but when it's time for me to move, I gotta pay movers to move my furniture. I can't find a guy to help out, to do me a favor, do anything without paying. You got to pay for everything. And when the hoe, the upper girl that she calls a hoe, when it's time for her to move, shit, guys is volunteering. 2, 3, 4, 5 guys volunteering. And they don't want no money. Go figure. The other woman, she doesn't understand this. She's like, man, these guys are just no good. No, you're no good. That's what it really boils down to. You're just not willing to put in the work to become a better woman. Because you get who you are, not what you want. If you want better relationships with people, you have to get better first. And the best part about this is you never have to start all over again. Once you have the skills, once you become a better person, you never have to start all over from scratch again. Everything gets better. Your relationships get better. Your income gets better. Your experiences get better. Just living life, everything gets better. And I'm a product of that. And back, so I'm gonna say like 25 years ago, this is in the 90s. I was like, yo, if I can get a hold of if I can just understand the psychology between men and women, this is how I was thinking in the 90s now, late 90s. If I can understand the psychology between men and women, if I can understand female nature, everything else will take care of itself. And that's exactly what I did. I upgraded myself. I studied history, American history, Black history, world history, studied cultures, some languages, Spanish, Portuguese, in certain parts of the world. Like most countries, I don't know everything about all countries, but most countries, I know how they became to be. And most people, I know how they became to be. I know how it happened. Whether they were conquered or enslaved, whatever. But I know how they became the way they are today. I know how it happened. And I started with my family. I started with my own family, and I worked my way out. And with my family, it was easy because people in my family lived to be so damn old, So all I had to do was ask the oldest person at the time, which was my grandmother. And even to this day, my grandmother, younger sister, is still living. She's 97 years old. And she's the last one. Everybody else is dead. She's the last out of the whole, that family tree, But it was easy for me. I didn't really have to dig or, go to the U.S. Census. I didn't have to do none of that shit with my family. I know exactly what happened to my family, from the Jim Crow through slavery and all that shit. And my family is Geechee. We're from South Carolina, the Myrtle Beach, Georgetown area. So the history in the area where I live at is very unique compared to any place else in the U.S. in North America. And nobody talks about it except for us, where we from. We talk about it, but that's what I did, man, and it worked for me. And I always say, I don't like to tell people what to do. I just tell people, hey, this is what I did. It might work for you. You know, some things are scientifically proven to work, and some things is based on the individual. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually how that goes. But one thing I always say, if you're consistent in doing anything, if you have enough drive, determination, and discipline, eventually you have a breakthrough. If you can get past the smoke, because when you get past the smoke, you get past the lies. And once you get that breakthrough, and it's kind of you're gonna look back one day and you be like, God damn, I came a long way, but I still got a long way to go. But the best part about it is you ain't never going back there. You're never going back there. You never have to go back there. You never have to start all over again. You know, the future's bright, better people, better experiences, more income. You might have kids, a wife, if you want. It's really up to you, But wherever you go, you can be you. And nobody can beat you at being you. If you try to be somebody else, if you try to be somebody else can beat you at being somebody else. But nobody can beat you at being your damn self. So regardless of where you go in life, it's okay to be comfortable in your own skin. There's nothing wrong with you. You just had the wrong information in the beginning. And once you get the right information, throw all the trash out and you figure out that, hey, okay, I'm on the right path now. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused now. And that's it. That's all I got to say in this video. Like, share the episode, and hit the and follow me on hold up. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Yep. Follow me on Instagram, man. And hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. $ SharpGameAtl. You know what I'm saying? That's about all I got, man. I've been on Instagram a lot. And also, man, I forget that Twitter, man. I forget Twitter. You know. Until next time, man. I'm out. Peace.